welcome to the proposal for PromisedLand Linux development. So today I will walk you through the step-by-step process for setting up our new Linux deployment for PromisedLand data center. We'll cover everything from installing the Apache web server to configuring user security and restrictions. So let's get started. So after installing PromisedLand on my virtual machine, the first thing I did was to install Apache web server. So here first we need to install the Apache web server. I had to use the sudo apt-get update command and the sudo apt-get install Apache command to once I had logged in, and as you can see, it executed well up to the end. That was when I installed the Apache. Okay, and this command updates our package lists and installs the Apache web server. Then I verified my installation and made sure that it installed very well. Then moving next to the users plus the groups from the organizational chat that we were given, I had to initially create the necessary groups. And after creating the necessary groups, as you can see here, I created application infrastructure, Sierra team management, service desk operations. These are the groups that I created. Administration. So I created the necessary groups, and after creating the necessary groups, I assigned the users to the groups. I also created the users and assigned them to the groups. So after adding the users to the respective groups, as you can see here, I was using the sudo user add -mg command administration. So I was assigning a user to a specific group. After that, after creating the users, the third thing that I had to do was to create an additional file system, which required 40 gigs. So we had to create a 40 gig file system. So first I created it from I switched off my machine, then I created this 40 gig gear. Then after switching on my my machine, we had to mount it on data 1. So following the prompts, we created a new partition using the sudo fdisk def sdp command, and as you can see here, this one we were listing, and the 40 gig is there, the SDB that I created there. After that, we had to format the partition using this command sudo mkfs.extension4 def sdb1. After formatting the partition, we had to create a mount point. After formatting there, we made the directory data 1, then we created the mount point here, sudo mount divide 1 SDB data 1. So basically that's how we did it. Then moving on to configure the static IP address. Once I had logged in, so I had to edit the netplan configuration file. So I use this command nano etc netplan /01 net config .yaml. This gave me this editor so that it would allow for the configuration. So these are the addresses that I assigned. And after entering all this, I had to use the sudo netplan apply the settings. After applying the settings, the next thing was to create a welcome message of the day. So on this one, we had to create a new script file in the etc update motd directory. So we used the sudo nano etc update command to get into so that we create the custom welcome message in the script. We changed the permissions of the script to make it executable. And we also had to test the script that it would manually execute. So this is the script, and this is the message that I typed in: welcome to PromisedLand Data Center, and authorized access only, and for support, contact IT at support@promisedland.com. And I had to make that executable by this command. And just to test, I had to manually execute it to see if it's working. And as you can see, after executing it, it's giving the message: welcome to Promised Data Center, authorized access only, for support, contact IT. So we have successfully created the welcome message there. So moving on, restarting server every 2 years. So we had to schedule the server to restart every 2 years. So in order to achieve this, we have to edit the root user's cron tab file to be able to achieve this. So once we use the etc, we use the sudo cron tab e command to get into the editor, and I had to type in this command down here. That's the cron job that I had to add so that we can start the server every 2 years. So it actually schedules a reboot every 2 years. So just to verify the command that I had given there, I used sudo cron tab -l just to verify, and it executed perfectly. Moving on, enabling firewall. We had to make sure that firewall is running and it is also enabled. So to enable and configure the firewall using the UFW, sorry. I started with this command apt-get install UFW, and sudo UFW enable as some of the commands. Then I had to allow some services like the SSH, the HTTP, and the HTTPS, as you can see from here. This is what I was just trying to do. And I just wanted to verify that it's running after installing it. So I used this command systemctl status UFW, and as you can see here, it's enabled and it's active. So it's running perfectly there. Moving on, I had to update repositories and packages. So to do this, I had to update the repository and also upgrade the packages. So apt-get update is the one that I used there. Then apt-get upgrade this command -y. Then at the root apt-get dist upgrade -y. Then this is how I managed to update the repositories and the packages. And moving on, sorry. After this apt-get update, everything is installed, done, upgraded. And the next thing was to install the desktop GUI. So again, I started with the apt-get update. And once it finished, as you can see here, reading package list done, I moved on to use this command apt-get install Ubuntu desktop -y. And after this, I executed it and it took a couple of minutes. Then this is how I installed, and this is the message that I got, this prompt after installing the GUI. So this is how we installed the GUI. And last but not least, we have the user security and restrictions. So there is quite a number of security and restrictions that we can use, but we'll just focus on a few that I used here. So I had to set strong passwords for users. As you can see here, I set a strong password for Carrie Shoemaker, Aletha Williams, Linda McClellan, Richard Durant, Brian Lago, Joseph. So I had to set strong passwords for them. And also, as part of security, I had to restrict access to certain directories. So to achieve this, I had to restrict to certain directories. As you can see, I created, I made a directory which is restricted, and I assigned some restrictions here. As you can see, chmod 700 restricted, apt-get install quota y, services started being deferred. Yes. Successfully, I managed to restrict access to some directories as part of security. Then I also had to factor in password aging policies. And as you can see from here, I used, I had to edit and to change from the default that were there. I had to edit to put 90 days. I had to put here 20 days, 90 days for maximum days for a password. After 90 days, a user would have to change his or her password. And the minimum number of days, I put 20. And the password warning age at 70 days, it will give you a warning that you need to change your password. Then, as you can see, I was assigning to the specific user that the changes that I made to take effect. So basically, these steps provide a comprehensive guide to setting up the PromisedLand Data Center with a focus on security, efficiency, and manageability. So following these steps that we did ensures that our infrastructure is actually robust, scalable, and secure. Thank you for watching.